Unhinged courtroom video of Caitlin Clark's alleged stalker emerges. More details are emerging on Caitlin Clark's stalker. A day after being charged with felony stalking of Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, 55-year-old Texas resident Michael Thomas Lewis shouted, "Guilty as charged," upon sitting down in a courtroom on Tuesday. Prosecutors accuse Michael Thomas Lewis of engaging in a course of conduct involving repeated or continuing harassment of Caitlin Clark that would cause a reasonable person to feel terrorized. The allegations arise from vulgar and sexually explicit messages Lewis reportedly sent to Clark via the social media platform X, formerly Twitter. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office stated in a court filing that Lewis allegedly began repeatedly and persistently harassing the 22-year-old Clark on December 16. According to multiple sources, Lewis exhibited very erratic behavior during his initial court appearance, occasionally laughing and joking. It was also noted that he had not been taking his medication while in custody or while living out of his car. Prosecutors requested a bond higher than the standard amount, citing that Lewis traveled from Texas to Indianapolis with the intent to be in close proximity to the victim. Lewis's bond was set at $50,000, and if posted, he will be required to wear an ankle monitor and stay within Indiana. The court entered a not guilty plea on Lewis's behalf. Judge Angela Davis advised Lewis to remain silent while in custody and communicate only with his attorney. Lewis was issued a no-contact order and a stay-away order, as requested by prosecutors, prohibiting him from being within 500 feet of the two arenas where the Fever host their home games. His pretrial hearing is scheduled to take place remotely on March 31st. From December 16 to January 2, Lewis is accused of sending multiple explicit and vulgar messages to the WNBA Rookie of the Year via the social media platform X. Prosecutors further alleged that Lewis made implicit or explicit threats intended to make Clark reasonably fear sexual battery. The FBI traced the X account to Lewis, discovering that the messages originated from IP addresses linked to an Indianapolis hotel and a downtown public library. On January 8, Indianapolis police contacted Lewis in his hotel room, where he claimed to be in the city on vacation. When questioned about his frequent posts about Clark, Lewis reportedly responded, "Just the same reason everybody makes posts," as noted in court documents. He also told authorities that he meant no harm and that he had imagined being in a relationship with Clark. This incident with Caitlin Clark involved adds to a growing list of cases where high-profile women seem to be targeted by obsessive stalkers. It highlights a concerning trend tied to the toxic climate of hypermasculinity, entitlement, and misogyny that is increasingly evident in American culture, especially online. After Sabrina Ionescu, expert predicts AJA Wilson and Caitlin Clark's signature shoes to become staples for hoopers. The success of Sabrina Ionescu's sneakers is expected to be emulated this year by AJA Wilson and Caitlin Clark's signature lines, according to Boardroom's Nick DePaula. DePaula said that in 2025, women's signature shoes will dominate all levels of basketball. He predicted that it would be a breakthrough year for the signature shoes of three-time WNBA MVP and Las Vegas Aces star Wilson and the 2024 Rookie of the Year and Indiana Fever star Clark. Other signature models, including Breanna Stewart and Angel Reese, are expected to be released. Building on the success of the Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu signature series, I'm expecting 2025 to be the breakthrough year that turns the tides for women's SIGs for good. The signature launch list for the next 18 months is expected to include Stewie, Sabrina, AJA Wilson, Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark, DePaula wrote. On December 7, DePaula said on X that the Nike Sabrina 2 is the second most worn sneakers in the 2024-25 NBA season. The Sabrina model was worn 7,867 minutes by NBA players as of December 5. It only trails the Nike Kobe 6, 15,091 minutes. The popularity of Ionescu's line as a nightly staple in basketball can be followed by other women's signature models, as the market suggests. I expect there to also be as many as 100 total players across the NBA lacing up a woman's namesake sneaker in the upcoming 2025-26 season, he added. DePaula also predicted a global expansion could be underway for a women's signature shoe. With Nike's brand muscle continuing to push the defending WNBA champion point guard into the new year and additional women's SIGs on the way, We could also see the first WNBA signature player tour to make its mark overseas, a must in growing a player's signature series business.